Hey, how you doing? Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is having a good day. Welcome to my healthy chat, where I'll be talking briefly on heat exhaustion. Okay. With us having extreme humidity and high temperatures, let me just start off by saying that this heat, the type of heat that we're having now, will kill you if you let it. So, personal experience. I like to use my own personal experiences in my presentations because 9 times out of 10 I've been through it. In 2024, I suffered from heat exhaustion in the worst way. My day started out good. I was drinking a lot of Gatorade, but where I made the mistake, I wasn't drinking enough water. So I ended up outside all day. I was at work. I was doing inspections. And by the time I finally went back inside, I started feeling funky. So I said, let me just get some cold water. Big mistake. I thought I was going to feel better, but the opposite happened. I ended up becoming lightheaded. My stomach started cramping, and I started throwing up. And I eventually passed out, and I almost hit my head on my desk. I remember that much. And I eased myself down. But if it hadn't have been for my co-workers' quick thinking, I could have been out of here. I could have. So I learned my lesson about drinking enough water. So the whole moral of that story is that we've got to be really, really careful in this heat. We need to push this issue, this topic at home and our workplaces, because, a lot of times, we'll get up in the morning at home and, especially if we're retired, and we'll get up and just, go outside and do some yard work, and sometimes we just forget to drink water. For my road crew guys, my military folks that are working outside, my law enforcement that are working outside, a lot of times we will forget to drink water. So this issue needs to be pushed hard at home and in our workplaces, okay? All right, so if you're not sure of what the telltale signs are for someone experiencing heat illness, here are some of the warning signs, okay? All right, you should look for cold, clammy hands, heavy sweating, feeling tired or weak, headaches, dizziness, muscle cramps, feeling thirsty, fast heartbeat, fast and weak pulse, fast deep breathing, and body temp between 101 and 104. Sometimes it can reach up to even 105. Okay. Now, here's some tips in how to prevent it and how to treat it. Okay. First up, how to treat it. All right. Do not expose yourself to direct sunlight for long periods of time. Okay. Avoid exercising or working outside during the hottest part of the day. Now, again, those of us that are at home, just retired, we got the day off and we decide to go ahead and work outside, we forget to drink water. Make sure you drink water. If you're working on a road crew, or you're just in a position of where you're outside, please make sure that you're drinking water. Okay. Eat light. Eat like some fruit or smoothies. Have a smoothie, or have a sandwich. Wear light colored clothing, like earth tone colors, like light yellow, light blue, light brown, just light green, just earth tone colors that will reflect the heat. Okay. Drink plenty of fluids. Now, your water intake must outweigh any sports drink intake that you may have. Let me say that one more time. Your water intake must outweigh any sports drink that you may intake. Okay. All right. Wear sunscreen. Now, me being pigmented, I thought for the longest, and chalk it up to my ignorance, I thought for the longest that I was immune to sunburn. I thought I couldn't get sunburn. I thought, that's what I thought. But come to find out, I can, and there's a lot of you out there that can as well. So no matter what pigmentation you are, make sure that you are using your sunscreen when you are going out into direct sunlight. Okay. This one is the next one is common sense, but it's still happening, and it's sad when it does. But do not leave anyone or an animal in a hot car. Okay. Do not leave anyone or an animal in a hot car. Okay. All right. Now, how to treat heat exhaustion. Now, heat exhaustion and heat illness. Now, if you're the first responder, doesn't need to be afraid to help. Now, if you're afraid to help, you don't feel confident enough to help, okay, that's fine. Find somebody quickly who can help, because time is of the essence, okay? Time is essential. So make sure that you are grabbing somebody who can help very quickly. All right, now, if people are around, you're probably gonna have two responders, okay? Your first responder is going to do an assessment and making sure that the area is safe to assist the person who's been affected. They're going to check their breathing, pulse, and ensure that the person has no other injuries. Now, all that information that the first responder took is going to give it to the second responder, who's going to call 911 and give them all that information. Okay. Now, I know for those of us that would happen to be a second responder, I know all that, being accountable for all that information. It's okay. You just take a deep breath, breathe, and relay the information. Okay, that's the best way to help calm your nerves. Take a deep breath, take a pause for a second, breathe, and relay the information. Okay. Now, starting the cooling process is very important. Very, very important. Immediately, as soon as you figure out that they are suffering from heat exhaustion, the best thing to do is start the cooling process. Okay. And if the person is responsive, you'll give them some room temperature water. Have them sip it, not gulp it, because if they gulp it, they're just going to throw it right back up. Also, make sure that the person, if the person is unresponsive, make sure that you move on to the next part, and make sure that you put a cold compress on their head and their back. Cold compress on the head and the neck, not the back, excuse me. Cold compress on the neck. Okay. Place a fan on the person. Now, I know if you're out in a crowded area, you're not going to be able to, but if you're in a situation where you can place a fan on somebody, put the fan on them, because that will help lower body temperature as well. Okay, and assist with sweating. Okay. Final thing. Remember to elevate the person's feet. Okay. You don't want to put them too high. You just put something that's going to put them maybe about 2-3 inches off the ground. Okay. And this will assist in blood flow. Okay. This will assist in them receiving proper blood flow to their heart, so that the body can calm itself. Okay. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I learned all this via CPR certification, and it is a mouthful, and it is a lot to learn. But if you just do your own research on CPR and heat exhaustion, there's a lot of resources out there online. Okay. As far as information credits, information goes to myself. Information credit goes to myself, and also Cleveland Clinic and Mount Sinai. Cleveland Clinic and Mount Sinai can both be found online, and they both offer free resources in which you can learn about CPR and learn about heat illness, okay, and how to treat it. All right. Many blessings to everybody. I hope everybody got something from this. I hope it was beneficial to you. If so, like, share, and subscribe, and share with someone who can use it. All right. Many blessings to everybody. Everybody have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.